Welcome to Restoria. I'm Jenna, and this is your cozy corner for gentle bedtime stories. Each night, I'll share peaceful tales made to quiet your thoughts and guide you softly into sleep. So settle in, get comfy, and let the story carry you into rest. The story tonight is called The Park Bench in Spring. Chapter 1. The park bench in spring. The sun leans softly over the horizon, spilling a gentle golden light that feels like a warm, quiet embrace. The air is still, yet carries the fresh, tender scent of spring freshly cut grass, damp earth, and the faint sweetness of blossoms just beginning to unfurl. Underneath, a sprawling canopy of flowering trees, the bench waits patiently. Its wood is weathered smooth by time, the grain soft beneath careful hands, the paint worn thin in places where countless visitors have sat to rest. It feels like an old friend, quiet and steady, cradling each visitor in its familiar calm. She lowers herself slowly, the bench settling beneath her with a faint creaker whispered welcome in the stillness. The wood feels cool against the back of her legs, grounding her as the world softens around her. Above, branches heavy with blossoms sway gently in the soft breeze, their shadows flickering over the path like playful dancers. Petals begin to drift down, caught by the wind's tender fingers. They twirl and spin lazily through the air, floating like tiny, fragile butterflies. Some land with delicate grace on the stone path, others scatter across the fresh green grass, and a few rest in the folds of her coat as if nature has wrapped her in a fragile shawl. Each petal carries its own quiet storia moment of release, a gentle goodbye from the tree to the earth. She watches them fall, mesmerized by their soft color-spilled pinks, gentle whites, and the faintest hints of lavender each, one catching the light before settling quietly on the ground. Around her, the park breathes slowly, its rhythms steady and calm. A couple ambles by, their hands barely brushing but their smiles warm and easy. Their voices are soft and low, words spoken more to feel than to be heard. They move like a quiet current through the still afternoon, their footsteps light on the path. Not far off, a small dog trots along, its paws pattering softly on the stones. It pauses to sniff a cluster of wildflowers at the edge of the path, nose twitching with gentle curiosity. Then, satisfied, it lifts its head and resumes its steady journey, tail wagging like a slow metronome marking time. She watches these small, ordinary moments unfold one after another, the soft crossing of lives in a park warmed by spring. A man wearing a faded hat carries a small book under his arm, nodding with quiet recognition to an old friend seated on a nearby bench. Their voices mingle with the soft background sounds, the distant chirping of birds, the whisper of branches swaying, and the gentle murmur of conversation carried lightly on the breeze. Above her, the trees sway with graceful, slow movements. Leaves shimmer in the dappled sunlight, casting shifting patterns on the ground that feel like a gentle living mosaic. A single blossom breaks free and floats downward, landing softly in the palm of her hand. She cups it gently, marveling at its delicate edges and subtle shades pale pink that melts into soft white, so fragile it almost seems to glow. For a long moment, time seems to slow, wrapping the world in a quiet stillness. The scent of blossoms drifts past. The breeze brushes her cheek like a whispered lullaby, and somewhere close, the faint sound of laughter ripples through the air. The park holds its own histories of slow afternoons, of quiet gatherings, and peaceful moments like this one. The bench beneath her has borne witness to these gentle rhythms, carrying the weight of countless visitors who came seeking the same calm. Here, the world softens just enough to notice the small wonders, the petals falling, the whispers of the trees, the gentle passing of lives moving in their own quiet pace. She closes her eyes briefly, breathing in the peace that settles deep inside her. The bench rocks gently beneath her. The breeze carries soft scents and sounds, and the petals continue their slow, swirling dance down from the branches above. This moment is still and full an invitation to rest, to be present, and to feel the quiet joy of spring unfolding all around. Chapter 2. Quiet footsteps on the path. The path weaves gently through the heart of the park, winding like a soft ribbon beneath the blooming trees. Its surface is worn smooth by countless footsteps, steady and sure, some quickened by purpose, others slowed by quiet reflection. Today, the earth beneath is warm but forgiving, an inviting cushion for every careful step. From her place on the bench, she watches the slow, steady procession of footsteps that travel along the path. Each person moves with their own quiet rhythm, like small ripples spreading across a still pond, soft and delicate, yet full of unseen stories. A young woman appears first, a sketchbook tucked gently under her arm. She walks with careful, deliberate steps, pausing every so often to lift her eyes to the sky or to the branches above. When she stops, her pencil moves lightly and patiently across the page, tracing the delicate outline of a blossom or the twisting curve of a leaf. It's a quiet dance between her and the world, one where every line is a gentle caress, capturing the soft, fleeting beauty that surrounds her. Further down the path, an elderly man shuffles slowly, leaning with gentle trust on a slender cane. His steps are measured, worn by time and tempered with quiet wisdom. Each footfall carries years of stories, memories, folded like soft fabric inside him. Occasionally, he pauses to rest on a nearby bench, his breath steadying as he takes in the sweet scent of blooming flowers and the faint hum of bees moving through the air. A little farther along, a mother and her small child walk hand in hand, their footsteps light and full of wonder. Their voices blend softly into the afternoon, a gentle murmur of shared secrets and whispered laughter. The child's eyes sparkle with wide-eyed curiosity, catching every flutter of butterfly wings and every petal drifting lazily from the trees. It's as if the world is new and bright with possibility. Every leaf a treasure and every breeze a playful friend. Nearby, a golden retriever trots happily, its paws padding softly against the stone path. It stops occasionally to sniff at a patch of grass or chase a drifting leaf, its tail wagging in slow, joyful arcs. The dog's carefree happiness seems to echo the calm rhythm of the park itself, a living heartbeat beneath the blossoms and sunlight. The park is alive with these small, tender moments, quiet crossings of lives moving gently side by side, each following its own pace. The soft footfalls, the gentle chatter, the distant birdsong blend into a quiet symphony of peace and presence. The leaves above shimmer in the dappled light, casting shifting patterns that seem to dance along the path with every step. She stays seated on the bench, feeling the steady pulse of the afternoon settle deep inside her chest like a calm tide. Each step that passes reminds her of the slow unfolding of spring, patient, delicate, and full of quiet beauty. Here, beneath the blooming branches, time softens and the world seems to breathe in easy, steady rhythms. A young couple walks by, their hands lightly brushing. Their smiles are gentle, their voices soft and low, words shared more for feeling than hearing. They stop briefly to watch a group of children chasing bubbles, their laughter bubbling up like light music on the air. An old woman with silver hair passes slowly, carrying a basket of freshly picked flowers. She pauses beside a bench to tuck a loose strand behind her ear and offers a small nod of greeting to a nearby bird who tilts its head as if in response. The moment holds a quiet grace, a shared understanding between two gentle souls. Further along, a boy on rollerblades glides smoothly, balancing carefully as he follows the curve of the path. His breath comes steady and calm, his eyes bright with concentration and quiet joy. When he passes, he throws a quick wave to the dog, who barks happily in reply and bounds after him for a few eager steps. The sunlight filters through the leaves, scattering gold and shadow like soft whispers across the earth. Somewhere, a breeze stirs the branches and sets a cascade of petals fluttering to the ground. The air feels warm and kind, wrapping around her like a familiar shawl, and in that moment, she breathes deeply, letting the calm settle in her bones. There is no rush here, no hurry to move forward, just the gentle passage of footsteps, the quiet music of a spring afternoon, and the steady heartbeat of the park as it holds these moments in its arms. Each step, each breath, each small unfolding feels like a soft celebration, a quiet reminder that life, like spring, moves slowly and patiently, offering its gentle beauty one step at a time. She closes her eyes for a moment, the sounds and scents weaving around her like a lullaby. The path continues to curve ahead, waiting patiently for the next footsteps, the next quiet stories, and the next slow dance of spring unfolding beneath the blooming trees. Chapter 3. Whispers of the blooming trees. Above her, the branches stretch wide and full, cradling a soft canopy of blossoms that seem almost too delicate for the world. Each flower is a tiny miracle petals, unfurling slowly, their edges trembling in the warm spring breeze. The colors blend like watercolor, washes, pale pinks, melting into creamy whites, touches of soft lavender that catch the light just so, creating a peaceful mosaic against the pale blue sky. She lifts her gaze, eyes tracing the gentle sway of the branches. The trees are alive with quiet movement, leaves whispering secrets to one another, petals fluttering down like gentle confetti. The breeze threads through the branches like a soft song, carrying with it the faint, sweet scent of blooming flowers and fresh earth. A lone bee hums lazily nearby, weaving in and out of the blossoms, as if tracing invisible paths only it can see. Its soft buzz blends into the symphony of spring, the distant chirping of birds, the rustle of leaves, and the gentle murmur of the park's slow heartbeat. Sunlight filters through the canopy, scattering gold and shadow in soft patches across her skin and the wooden bench beneath her. Each breath she takes fills her with the subtle fragrance of petals in the earth, a scent that feels like calm itself, quiet and soothing. Around her, the park hums with gentle life. Leaves rustle softly, stirred by the breeze's tender fingers. Nearby footsteps move lightly on the path, their sound muffled and slow, like echoes in a peaceful dream. The faint laughter of children carries on the air, a bubbling, joyful note that mingles with the softness of the afternoon. Time seems to stretch, each second unfolding slowly, like a blossom opening in sunlight. The world holds its breath, cradling her in a still moment that feels both endless and fleeting. A single petal breaks free from the branch above, drifting down in a lazy spiral until it lands softly on her knee. She watches it there, marveling at its fragile beauty, so thin and light it seems almost like a whisper, its pale pink hue glowing faintly in the gentle light. For a moment, she wonders about all the stories those petals might hold, memories of rain and sun, secrets whispered between the wind and the trees, moments caught in time like the one she is sitting in now. Around her, the world continues its quiet rhythm, steady, gentle, and full of soft light. The blooming trees watch over her like silent guardians, their branches weaving a lullaby that hums softly in the spring air. The petals continue to fall, swirling like tiny dancers in a slow, graceful ballet. Each one carries a quiet magic, a soft promise of renewal and rest. The breeze stirs again, brushing across her face with a cool tenderness that feels like a whispered invitation to breathe deeper, to slow even more, and to simply be. She closes her eyes briefly, letting the calm wash over her like a gentle tide. The scent of blossoms lingers in the air. The soft murmur of leaves carries on, and the quiet heartbeat of the park seems to sync with her own. Far above, the sky deepens into a clearer blue, and the light begins to soften as the afternoon leans toward evening. The trees seem to glow softly in this golden hour, their petals catching the last light like tiny lanterns. A few birds flutter from branch to branch, their feathers catching the light in flashes of white and gold. She breathes slowly, savoring this moment of perfect stillness, the quiet whisper of blooming trees, the soft fall of petals, and the gentle pulse of life all around her. Here, beneath the canopy of blossoms, the world feels safe, soft, and full of quiet grace. It is a place to rest, to listen, and to carry this calm with her wherever she goes. Chapter 4: Gentle Shadows and Soft Light. The afternoon slowly yields to evening, and the light softens in a tender golden haze that seems to hold the whole park in a quiet embrace. Shadows stretch languidly across the winding path, long and delicate, as if tracing the slow, easy rhythm of the day's last breath. They reach beneath the blooming trees, weaving intricate patterns that dance and shimmer with the gentle stirring of the breeze. She sits very still, eyes tracing the graceful movement of light and shadow. Each leaf holds its own story of the sun, some shining bright with a warm glow, catching the light like little lanterns suspended in air. Others nestle deeper into cool shade, their green hues soft and quiet, like a whispered secret resting in the branches. The whole park seems to breathe with her, slow and steady, alive yet hushed, as if the world is holding its breath in reverence for the fading day. It is a delicate balance between the golden warmth of sunlight and the soft coolness that drifts in from the approaching dusk. Nearby, a small squirrel darts with lively grace among the branches. Its movements are quick and careful, each step a gentle tap against bark and leaf. It pauses briefly to nibble on a small nut, its tiny paws working softly as it sits still for a moment of calm in the slowing afternoon. The air is rich with the lingering scent of blossoms, mingled with the earthy smell of damp soil and fresh leaves. She breathed deeply, allowing the sweet, soothing fragrance to fill her lungs and settle like a soft melody in her chest. Around her, the park feels like a sacred sanctuary where time folds gently and stretches, wrapping each moment in patience and grace. There is no rush here, only the steady unfolding of evening shadows and the soft hum of nature preparing to rest. She closes her eyes for a moment, feeling the warmth of the sun caress her face while the coolness of the shade brushes gently over her hand. The wooden bench beneath her is firm and steady, its surface worn smooth by many who have come seeking quiet rest. A tender breeze stirs the branches again, sending a shower of petals drifting downward like slow, fragile snowflakes. They settle softly on the ground, the path, and the bench beside her, a delicate reminder of the day's gentle passage and nature's quiet rhythms. A couple wanders slowly past, their hands lightly intertwined. Their footsteps are soft on the earth, their voices low and warm, exchanging quiet laughter and whispered words. She watches their peaceful journey through the park, the simple beauty of two lives moving in gentle harmony beneath the fading light. Further along the path, a child chases a shimmering bubble floating on the breeze. The bubble glistens like a tiny crystal globe, catching every hue of the dimming sky in its fragile surface. When it bursts softly, the child's giggle floats like a bright note through the air, and the small feet turn back toward the bench where a parent waits with open arms and a soft smile. The world feels safe and still here, wrapped in the tender arms of fading light and gentle shadow. She remains seated, letting the peaceful rhythm of the park settle deeply in her bones, a soft, steady pulse beneath the quiet whisper of spring's gentle closing. Slowly, the first stars begin to twinkle faintly above, small points of light flickering in the deepening blue. Their quiet shimmer is like a soft promise, a reminder that as day fades to night, the calm and beauty continue steady, gentle, and true. In this quiet moment, beneath the blossoming branches, she feels cradled by the world. A peaceful calm settles inside her, quiet and strong one she knows she can carry with her beyond this bench and this park wherever she may go. Chapter 5. Soft Voices of the Evening. The sun begins its gentle descent, dipping lower toward the horizon, spilling a warm, honeyed light that blankets the park in a tender, golden glow. The air cools gradually, carrying with it the soft breath of even a quiet sigh that follows the day's fading warmth. Shadows stretch longer now, creeping softly across winding paths and under the flowering trees, wrapping the park in a velvety cloak of calm. It feels as though the world itself holds its breath in this delicate pause between day and night. She remains seated on the wooden bench, the surface beneath her hands cool and smooth from the day's gentle fading. Around her, the park exhales with slow, steady rhythms, the gentle rustling of leaves stirred by the lightest breeze, the faint chirping of birds settling into their nests for the night, and the distant, soft laughter of children fading like a sweet echo into the gathering twilight. A tender breeze brushes past her cheek, cool and feather-light, like a whispered caress from the trees above. It carries with it a fragrant blend of fresh blossoms, mingled with damp earth and moss scent, both soothing and vivid, like a memory made of spring itself. The path ahead glows faintly in the twilight, its edges softened and blurred by shadows pooling like quiet lakes across the earth. A couple strolls slowly by, their steps deliberate and unhurried, hands loosely intertwined as if sharing a quiet secret. Their voices drift softly on the breezy air, gentle murmur of laughter and tender words, weaving seamlessly into the park's calm symphony. Nearby, a dog lies curled at its owner's feet, its breathing slow and steady, eyes half closed in peaceful contentment. The gentle rise and fall of its chest adds a quiet rhythm to the stillness, a small heartbeat echoing the tranquil pulse of the park itself. She listens intently to the soft chorus of sounds around her, the gentle sway of branches, the distant call of a solitary bird settling in for the night, the faint rustle of footsteps pressed softly into the earth. It feels as if the earth itself sings a lullaby, quiet invitation to slow down, to breathe fully, and to rest completely within this moment, suspended between day and night. Above her, the sky deepens into a rich tapestry of lavender and rose, colors bleeding and blending softly like the strokes of a delicate watercolor painting. Slowly, Stars begin to twinkle tiny, shy points of light flickering against the deepening blue, like distant fireflies scattered across the vast canopy of night. The park transforms into a sanctuary of stillness and soft, lighter, sacred space held tenderly beneath the watchful branches of blooming trees. She closes her eyes, surrendering to the peaceful rhythm of evening, each breath a slow, steady pulse, grounding her deeper into calm. The world around her hums a quiet, soothing melody, steady, unbroken, perfect. It is a gentle promise whispered beneath the blossoms, a lullaby that will carry her gently into rest. The last warmth of the sun slips away, replaced by the cool hush of nightfall that drapes the park in velvet shadows. Night's soft embrace settles like a familiar shawl around her shoulders, cradling her in a tender calm. And in this perfect stillness, she allows herself to sink deeper into the moment, feeling the gentle heartbeat of the earth pulse steadily in harmony with her own slow, sure, and endless. Around her, the soft rustle of leaves seems to whisper secrets only the night can keep. The gentle flicker of fireflies begins to dance just beyond the shadows, their tiny lights weaving through the dark like delicate sparks of magic. Somewhere, the quiet call of an owl echoes softly, a reminder of the wildness resting gently beneath the calm. She breathes in deeply once more, letting the cool night air fill her lungs with its fresh, calming essence. It mingles with the lingering sweetness of blossoms, creating a scent that feels like a soft lullaby sung by the earth itself. The night seems to wrap around her like a soft blanket, comforting and warm despite the cooling air. In this perfect quiet, she feels herself dissolve into the world, no longer separate, but part of the gentle rhythm and hush of the park at dusk. The steady pulse of life all around her, the whisper of leaves, the rustle of branches, the soft breaths of animals settling in it, becomes her own steady heartbeat, slow and sure and full of peace. She opens her eyes just enough to see the stars twinkling faintly above, tiny lights in the vastness that feel like quiet companions on this soft night. Each one seems to hold a secret, a promise of rest and renewal whispered across the sky. And as the world darkens gently around her, she knows that this calm, this peace, will stay with her long after she leaves the bench and the blooming trees behind. Here, in the gentle hush of evening, beneath the soft voices of the night, she finds rest quiet, steady, and deep, a stillness that cradles her softly and holds her safe until morning. Chapter 6. The quiet arrival of night. The park grows stiller now, as twilight fades slowly into night. The last traces of sunlight slip quietly behind distant hills, melting into the horizon like soft embers fading into dark velvet. Above, the sky deepens into an indigo canvas, rich and velvety, speckled with the first shy stars that begin to sparkle gently like scattered diamonds resting softly on the dark. A gentle hush settles over the trees, the park wrapped in a soft, soothing quiet like a warm blanket tenderly draped over a child as they drift into sleep. The rustling leaves slow their whispers, the gentle movements softened by the cooling air that carries the faint, sweet scent of blossoms, now mingled with damp earth, and the crisp freshness of evening dew. She remains seated on the bench, sinking deeper into the familiar curve of the worn wood beneath her. Her breath slows, steady and calm, in tune with the soft pulse of the night around her. The world feels vast yet intimate, as if the space between earth and sky has folded gently inward to cradle this quiet momentum moment, held in the balance between waking and dreaming, light and dark. The soft chorus of night sounds fills the air. Somewhere far off, the gentle hoot of an owl echoes through the trees, a peaceful melody that blends seamlessly with the subtle rustle of leaves and the faint chirping of crickets, whose rhythmic song feels like the heartbeat of the earth itself. The moon rises slowly, pale and soft, casting a silver glow that filters through the branches overhead. Its light scatters across the park's winding paths, painting gentle shadows that dance with the slightest breeze. The interplay of moonlight and shadow creates a quiet magic, a world transformed into a sanctuary of soft light and calm. Nearby, a solitary firefly glimmers briefly as it flickers through the air, its tiny light a flickering heartbeat among the stars above. It dances lazily between leaves and flowers, weaving a delicate trail that sparkles faintly in the night's embrace. She traces her fingers along the bench's smooth surface, grounding herself in the present. The wood is cool beneath her touch, steady and strong, like a quiet friend who holds countless stories within its grain. Around her, the park breathes gently. Every rustle, every distant call, every soft footstep is part of the symphony of night lullaby whispered by the earth, inviting her to sink deeper into stillness. She closes her eyes, allowing the cool night air to wash over her, carrying away any lingering thoughts or worries. Her breath flows further, steady and full, rising and falling like the gentle tides of a calm sea. The quiet rhythm of the night becomes her own heartbeat, steady and sure, carrying her toward a place of deep rest and peace. Stars twinkle faintly above, their soft light filtering through the canopy of blooming branches that sway gently overhead. Each star feels like a small promise, a silent witness to the night's gentle unfolding, a reminder that even in darkness there is calm, light, and beauty. The cool air carries whispers of the day's lingering warmth, mingled with the fresh, sweet scent of earth and blossom. She breathes deeply, savoring the scent like a quiet blessing, letting it settle deep within her. Night wraps around her like a comforting shawl, soft and reassuring. The gentle pulse of life continues all around, steady and unbroken, a perfect melody of quiet and calm that holds her safely within its arms. Time seems to stretch and slow, each moment unfolding like the petals of a flower in slow motion. The park feels infinite and yet intimately close, a place where the world softens enough to notice the smallest miracles, the flicker of fireflies, the shimmer of stars, the slow dance of shadows beneath the moonlight. In this sacred quiet, she feels herself dissolve gently into the night, no longer separate but part of the slow, steady rhythm of the world. She is held in the calm heartbeat of the earth, in the soft whisper of the wind, and in the gentle glow of the moon and stars. She breathes in, then out, and lets the peaceful tide carry her further still, deeper into rest. Here, beneath the blooming trees, in the tender arms of night, she finds a deep and abiding peace, a stillness that will hold her gently until morning light spills once again across the park's quiet path. Chapter 7. The Whispering Wind. The night has deepened into a soft velvet curtain, gently draping the park in shadows that stretch and fold beneath the quiet glow of the moon. The air carries a subtle chill now, delicate and refreshing, like the slow exhale of the earth settling into rest. A gentle wind stirs, weaving its way through the branches above her, threading a quiet murmur that seems to ripple through the leaves and petals. She sits still, attuned to the delicate rhythm of the wind as it whispers secrets only the night can understand. It moves with a soft grace, rustling leaves in a hushed symphony that lulls the world around her into a peaceful quiet. The sound is like a lullaby carried on a slow breeze, wrapping around her shoulders like a warm shawl knit from the very breath of the trees. The wind brushes gently against her skin, cool and tender, lifting loose strands of hair to dance softly around her face. It carries the faint scent of blooming jasmine and earth, mingled with the crisp freshness of night air, each inhalation a quiet blessing that settles deep inside her. Somewhere nearby, a small branch sways and shifts, releasing a delicate shower of petals that drift down like slow, silent rain. She watches as the petals float gracefully through the air, tumbling and turning with the breeze's playful caress. They settle gently on the path, the lush grass, and the bench beside here, each one a fragile gift from the blooming trees above, a whispered promise of renewal and rest. The world feels hushed, held in the soft embrace of night and the wind's tender song. Her heart slows, her breath deepens, and a profound calm settles into the spaces between her thoughts. It is as if time itself has softened, folding into gentle ripples that carry her towards stillness. Above, stars twinkle faintly, their pale light flickering like quiet embers glowing against the vast canvas of night. The moon hangs low and full, bathing the park in a soft silver glow that traces every branch, every leaf, and every petal with gentle light. The moonlight pulses subtly, as though it breathes along with the night's own steady heartbeat. She closes her eyes and lets the whispering wind carry her thoughts away, releasing the weight of the day like leaves drifting from tired branches. In this quiet moment, she feels cradled, held softly by the trees, by the night sky, and by the slow, endless rhythm of the earth itself. The breeze swells slightly, carrying with it the faintest sound of night creatures, stirring an owl's distant call, the rustle of small animals moving through the underbrush, and the subtle, steady chirp of crickets. These soft voices blend with the wind song, weaving a tapestry of sound that soothes and holds her like a gentle embrace. A leaf flutters down, brushing lightly against her hand before settling quietly on her lap. She lingers on its delicate veins, tracing the faint patterns that mirror the tree's own whispered stories. The leaf is fragile but full of life, a small symbol of the park's enduring pulse beneath the quiet night. Time seems to dissolve in this place, the boundaries between night and day, self and world, fading into a soft, seamless whole. She breathes slowly, deeply, each inhale filling her with the cool, fresh air, each exhale releasing any tension still lingering within her body. Her senses open wide, drinking in the gentle sights, sounds, and scents that weave together like a soothing song. The wind shifts again, a tender caress that sweeps softly through the branches, setting a cascade of petals swirling like tiny dancers in the moonlight. They twirl and spin, drifting down in slow, graceful arcs before settling softly on the earth, each one a quiet blessing from the blossoming trees, a gentle reminder that even in stillness, life moves gently onward. She feels herself become part of this tender, rhythmic, integral thread woven into the fabric of the night's quiet song. The whispering wind and the soft glow of moonlight wrap around her like a protective embrace, soothing her to rest. Here, beneath the blooming trees and the vast sky above, she finds a sanctuary of peace and invitation to slow, to breathe, and to simply be. The gentle night deepens further, the stars shining a little brighter, the breeze softening to a stillness that feels like a gentle heartbeat. In this perfect moment of calm, she lets go, completely trusting the quiet embrace of the wind and the night to carry her gently toward the rest she seeks. The world holds her tenderly, a soft lullaby whispered beneath the whispering trees, guiding her softly into the arms of sleep. Chapter 8. Morning Light and New Beginnings. The night softly recedes, giving way to the first tender hues of dawn. The sky gradually brightens, a pale wash of pink and gold stretching gently across the horizon, as if a delicate brushstroke painted by the waking world itself. The cool stillness of the night lingers for a moment longer, holding the park in a quiet embrace before the day begins anew. She remains seated on the worn wooden bench, the familiar texture grounding her as the air shifts from the chill of night to the gentle warmth of morning. Around her, the park breathes softly, the faintest hint of a breeze carrying the sweet scent of blooming flowers, mingled with the fresh, earthy aroma of dew-kissed grass. Birdsong begins to ripple through the quiet, a delicate symphony of melodies that drift slowly on the air. Each note is a small thread weaving together the new day, gentle and unhurried, inviting the world to wake in its own peaceful rhythm. Above, the branches glisten with tiny droplets of dew, each one catching the soft light like a miniature crystal. Petals shimmer faintly, dusted with this morning jewelry, and the whole scene feels imbued with a quiet magica moment, suspended between the hush of night and the promise of day. A single petal detaches from a branch, drifting slowly downward in a graceful arc. It lands lightly on her open palm, delicate and cool, a fragile reminder of the night's gentle watch and the new beginnings carried on the morning breeze. Around her, the park awakens with soft stirrings, the gentle rustle of leaves as a breeze stirs the branches, the distant footsteps of early risers beginning their quiet journeys, and the faint murmur of life returning to this peaceful place. The air feels fresh and alive, filled with the subtle energy of growth and renewal. She inhales deeply, savoring the mingled scents, the sweetness of blossoms, the green earthiness of fresh grass, and the clean, cool freshness that only morning can bring. A squirrel darts playfully across the path, its quick steps a bright contrast to the slow, steady unfolding of dawn. It pauses for a moment, alert and bright-eyed, before bounding onward, a lively thread in the tapestry of morning. The sky brightens further, layers of soft color deepening into warm golds and pale blue. Sunlight filters gently through the trees, casting long, soft shadows that stretch like fingers across the grass and path. The bench beneath her is bathed in this new light, its surface glowing, warmly quiet companion. through the night and into the fresh day. She feels a deep stillness settle within her, a calm that stretches like a soft wave from her chest outward to her fingertips. It is a peaceful presence, steady and sure, holding space for all that has passed and all that is yet to come. The world feels full of quiet possibility, a gentle invitation to begin again, to step forward with an open heart and steady breath. The blooming trees seem to nod softly in greeting, their branches swaying gently in the morning breeze, as if welcoming her to this new day. Birds flit from branch to branch, their songs growing brighter and more confident, weaving a melody that fills the park with life and light. The petals continue to fall slowly, drifting like tiny whispers onto the grass and path, each one a delicate gift wrapped in the promise of renewal. She closes her eyes briefly, letting the peaceful energy of morning wash over her like a gentle tide. When she opens them again, the sky is brighter, the light warmer, and the park alive with the soft murmur of awakening. In this quiet moment, she feels held by the world, the trees, the earth, the sky, and the gentle rhythm of breath and heart. The bench beneath her holds its steady presence, a faithful friend in the slow unfolding of time. It has borne witness to countless dawns, each one a new beginning woven softly through moments like this. She rises slowly, carrying the calm and hope of the morning within her. With steady steps, she moves forward, ready to embrace whatever the day may bring, knowing that the quiet peace of the park, the soft light, the blooming trees, the steady breath of life will always be there to welcome her home.